Yo, it's your boy Kobus-The realist OG. So I'm just gonna be brief in explaining this trade. I'm looking for shorts here in CADJPY. I've already entered some shorts on NSDJPY and NZDUSD. So what I'm seeing here is that we had a big expansion to the downside, leaving a weekly gap. So I have been monitoring this gap. I have been monitoring this weekly gap, and finally what I'm seeing is that we went inside that gap, and then we just took out the previous week's high, and we seem to be rejecting. Okay, so going to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, so on a daily time frame, we can further narrow this down. Like, okay, we have this daily gap here in premium. We have this gap in premium, and currently we see a price seems to be moving away from that gap. It didn't even reach 50% of the gap. So going down further to a smaller time frame, we can see that price currently is moving away from the gap with speed plus momentum. That candle is actually big, which is what I want to see, and we just swept the buy side liquidity here. So we swept that thing high, and currently price seems to be forming a sell model. So I'm looking to go short in this zone actually. So when we go to 3 hour, you can see that the setup is also still forming. 2 hour, 2 hours is nice. I believe we have a retracement right there, and a CRT candle for me inside that 2 hour gap. I can look for shorts, more shorts right there. So I went short here on NSDUSD, same approach. NSDJPY, I can see that price we can see that price actually what it did is price came to premium of the same weekly fair value gap that we highlighted on on CADJPY, but here I just used this weekly invest gap. Doesn't matter what do you actually use in this case, but I'm using this because it's in confluence with my weekly gap. So when we go to daily, let's see what daily has. Daily, I can see that, okay, we are rejecting the 50%. Okay, although daily currently it looks like we have this. We have this. So could we have this? I don't know. I'm not looking for that, but I'm going to go with the higher time frame, which is the weekly. Okay, so with this one I saw that price, what it did is it created a model, which is this. I saw that, okay, this gap failed to hold price, and then at the same time price just banged through it. And it's not only it is actually not the only one. We also see here that price here it disrespected this gap, and then it started to reject it. We are pairing this with the context of what price is at, where price is at. Price just entered a weekly invest gap or a weekly gap, and now it currently seems to be disrespecting these bullish structures but respecting the bearish arrays. So here we also I went short inside this gap with my stop loss above here, let me just do this. I went short here with my stop loss above at the swing high, and then my target is this lows here. Okay, so let's just see how price actually plays out in this case. So these are the lows that I'm targeting. These are the lows here. I'm targeting this sell side liquidity, which is the same thing I'm actually looking for on, not this one, on CADJPY. So CADJPY, I also want to see it fall. So the JPYs now, I want to see them fall, you know. Yeah, I want to see some effects of gravity on them. So I also went short on NSDUSD. The reason why I went short on this one is because NSDJPY, it's falling. Okay, NSDJPY, it's falling. I'm also expecting NSDUSD to also fall. The model is the same, and this is actually more clearer, and from just not a long-term view, but from a immediate price view, I can see that we had a buy side liquidity. We had a consolidation actually here. Okay, we had a consolidation here. Okay, then we had manipulation into this daily gap where price didn't even actually give me a setup. Okay, I was looking to go long here. Well, it did give me a setup, but it didn't give me enough entries. Okay, basically, yeah, it didn't give me an entry, but it went into my direction, and then it swept the highs, and it started to displace down back into the range. So I'm pairing that with NSDUSD, with NSDJPY's price. Okay, but it's not only that, because remember our model is what? Our model is a weekly gap, or daily gap, and then with market structure shift on a smaller time frame, and then yeah. So I see that we have this gap here. Although this is not immediate price, I usually prefer immediate price. So we have this daily gap over here, and then after that, what happened is that price, but if you see well, we have this. Let me just do this. NSDUSD. We have this break of structure here. Okay, you can just call it break of structure right there. It's gonna take time to actually for that to recognize, because I'm using my PC. But yeah, we have this break of structure. So let me do this. This is the break of structure I'm telling you about. Plus, we went to premium gap there, and then after that, in premium, we swept the liquidity. We saw price consolidating inside that 1-day gap, the fair value gap, which is gray. Price consolidated around it, and then it swept liquidity, and then it rejected. Look at how it's actually rejecting the 50% levels of there. And then I was considering maybe if price can continue with the move going up, but what I'm realizing here is that this was not a break of structure but a liquidity sweep. If you see how price actually no, I'm not looking for this. I want this. Yes, if you check price, just look at the cross. Price consolidated here, right? And then it went down to take out sellers. It went up to take out buyers. Now it's going down with an aggressive move. Although we have a gap here which has a potential of holding price down, but I'm going to stick with the higher time frame. And yeah, I'm using NSDUSD and NSDJPY and CADJPY to frame a trade here, although this has a potential of holding price to the upside. But I'm thinking along the lines that we build buy side here in premium. This is the premium of this. You see there where I wrote break of structure. So from here to here, I take this as a range. We are in premium of that range. Okay, and then we had a very beautiful break of structure to the upside here. Okay, we had a very beautiful break of, like, this is so clean, bro. Price, what it did now is it showed me that now I'm no longer willing to go up. Okay, you see this gap here, this is a beautiful bullish gap which we disrespected. At the same time, when we were disrespecting this gap, what happened? We were creating a new bearish gap. This is my model. This is what I want to see. Look at what price is doing at the 50% of the gap. It went to 50% of it, above it, and then it rejected. So, and it's building a what? It's building more confirmation for sales. I'm taking this as our future bearish order block. I want to see another gap forming there. Price continues to go down. If it gives more chances of entering, I'm willing to enter, but at the lower lot size, because I don't want to give back my profits. Yeah, so the nearest hanging fruit is here. This low is the lowest hanging fruit, but I also see that we have sell side liquidity right here. So my eyes are here currently. Yep, so I'm just going to let this play and see how it actually goes. I was seeing some potential sell on USDCAD, but I don't know now, since I'm just going to monitor price. It's here, but the way it's entering that gap with the momentum, I'm not convinced that this will be a sell, because this is my sell model. But what we see is we have a CRT model here. Monday closed inside Friday's range. Okay, the rejection candle, which is in red. Which one am I talking about? I'm talking about this. You see how this candle already told us that the next candle is gonna be bullish. So this is usually a buy model, a sell model, but pairing this with the NSDUSD, I'm thinking that we are going to be bullish. NSDUSD is bearish, is bearish. Yeah, so with this, it may be the reason why it's bullish. Again, we are what? We are in discount of the range. We are in discount of the range. If you check here, this is a high, this is a low. So this move broke structure to the upside. Okay, it broke structure to the upside, consolidation, just price started falling, I was looking for selling opportunities here. It didn't give me those selling opportunities. It's fine. Price went down into a gap here on a higher time frame. I can see we have a weekly order block here, or propulsion block, but on the monthly I can see that we are having this. This is a monthly. This is a monthly gap right there. Okay, so monthly gap plus a monthly order block. Price could buy probably. You can also look for buys there, probably around like next month, depending on how we close relative to the gap here. So when we go to 4 hours, okay, 4 hours, look, from my experience, what I've realized is that if we print an order block before we enter a gap, we are likely to disrespect that gap. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying that price took time to actually retest this gap. Okay, so if we print an order block before we retest a gap, there is likely to a buy model that may form here, and then which may go and attack this buy side. You see, this buy side, it's still intact, so this could be the draw on liquidity. And again, what I've also witnessed is that if you're looking for selling opportunities and price fails to give you opportunities to enter, there is a high chance that price is going to go into the opposite direction. So I just want to keep this short and clear as possible. So this is what I'm actually looking for. Peace. So I will be looking for buying opportunities on USDCAD, and yeah, those other ones I'm already short. CADJPY, I will also be looking to look for positions for selling. So peace.